All right. Good morning, everyone. We are in Lexington, Kentucky, down near the University of Kentucky's campus. And we are going for a Saturday morning walk. 3, 2, 1. Let's show some hustle. There we go. All right. Well, I hope everybody is doing well. Hey, Barack. Good to see you. It's a really unusually warm winter day. I guess technically it's still autumn. Look at the trees. But it's November and it's 65 degrees. And I'm wearing a t-shirt. So, a little bit unseasonably warm weather today. Whoa, sorry about that, everybody. Goodness gracious. I'm getting to learn my new gimbal. There we go, that's the button I was looking for. Hey, Mark, what's up, man? Welcome, good morning, welcome to Lexington, Kentucky. See all these beautiful old homes. It's kind of a cloudy, there's a little bit of blue sky. Good morning. Cute puppy. You'll bear with me, I hope, while I'm learning my gimbal. There we go. Boom. Well, I've got a whole new setup that I am getting used to. I've got a new gimbal. And hopefully the audio, you can tell, I have a new microphone as well. And hopefully we have wonderful audio and crisp images from the iPhone 14 Pro and a beautiful stable image as well. So, good stuff. Lots of new goodies. Well, now the gimbal just died. It's troubling. Let's try that again. All right. Yeah, so the gimbal is fully charged and it just decided it wanted to drop the phone. So we will see if that becomes a thing. Interesting. But I hope everybody's doing really well today. Got some guests up in that window. I think the first order of business today is going to be coffee. We're gonna go find us some coffee, and we're downtown, which means we're either going to Cup of Commonwealth or we're going to Nate's. Oh, Mark says the mic sounds very good. Glad to hear it. Good. I think we'll go to Nate's. Let's go to Nate's new location. We've been to Nate's first location a lot of times. Adriana's here. Good morning. Good morning, Adriana. How are you? So we'll go to Nate's newer location at the Hideaway. It's beautiful weather. Oh, don't go, don't go. You can wait. Yep, all right. So see this white building on the corner here? It's called Ethereal Public House, and it's a little brewery. And I just had one of the best meals that I've ever had in Lexington right there. They've got a restaurant inside the brewery. It doesn't even have a sign on the outside, but it's called Salt and Vinegar. And it was so insanely good. Yeah, right inside here. Let's see if they have a menu up, and I'll show you the menu. Yeah, here we go. So there's no sign except for this menu. And here's the pub menu. Pretzels with beer cheese, salt and vinegar kettle chips, Belgian. There's the Marriott. I don't usually think much of hotel buildings, but I think they added something nice to the cityscape with that one. It's a good looking building. Especially when you compare that to some of the older hotels in downtown Lexington. Beep, 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 beep. All right, this is the street we need to go down to find Nate's at the Hideaway. So we will do that. Coffee, coffee, coffee. What should I get? Should I get the same thing I always get, the cortado, or should I switch it up, get a cappuccino? Should I get an Americano? I don't know. Oh, there goes the gimbal again. I'm not sure what's going on with that. That's the second time it's done that. I'm really sorry. I don't know why it's doing that. I may have to send this back to DJI. That's disappointing. Yeah, it's like it just shuts down, and then when I put it back in place, without even pressing any buttons, it resets itself. I'm not sure if it's not handling the weight well. It's disappointing. There's McCarthy's Irish Bar. And we're going to Nate's, not Nat's. But I'll show you Nat's. Because if you're in Lexington, you're going to want to come into the corner of the Irish gift shop and then go to Nat's and get some curry for $7.99. All right, here's the Hideaway. How cool is this place? Look at this. Oh, it did it again. Okay, this is going to be a problem, I can tell. Wonder if it's the extra weight of the microphone. But isn't this place cool? And you can see here it's got a little sign. Coffee that way, Charcuterie and bar this way. Coffee and events this way. How about this little hideaway? Secret garden. Oh my God, why is it doing this? Hey Ron, look at this. Secret ping pong table. Ron, I'm having gimbal issues this morning. Floppy gimbal. I'm gonna have to talk to my medical provider. You can imagine how cool this place is at night with this food truck fired up. Good morning, Leela. Good morning, Ron. We're here to get some coffee from Nate at Nate's. Let's do it. Ooh, spooky. What's up, Nate? How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you?
You know what? I've got floppy gimbal this morning.
Floppy gimbal?
Floppy gimbal.
You should probably see a doctor about
That's
that.
what I was just telling everybody. I need to talk to my family care physician. How are you?
Good.
Good. Glad to hear it.
I turned on the projector this morning and
Look at
we're
that.
doing a walk
Oh, that's so cool.
through Lexington. So
That's awesome. Let's check this out. Look at this. Nate's got one of my walks up on the screen. Good man. Good man. Nate, I need coffee, buddy. I always get a cortado, but maybe I should get cold brew today because it's warm out there. It's weirdly warm. Yeah, I'll do a 16-ounce cold brew. Or what size cold brew do you do?
16.
Great, that's perfect.
It's the only size cold.
That's the cold brew I wanted.
You want a black?
Yes, please. Thank you so much. How are you today?
I haven't drank enough of my own cold brew yet. 371.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the gimbal. It just keeps flopping around, and that ain't cool. That's like the exact opposite of what it is paid to do. Boom.
Big fan here. I don't know if you know that.
What's that?
Got a big fan here.
Oh, love that. That's
Now
funny.
I'm scared. Oh, that's the worst thing that could have happened.
I said, oh, I'm friends with him. And he goes, really?
Well, listen, we were watching one of the videos of you walking through
Yeah.
Chicago, and I was like, oh, it's been so long since I've been to Chicago, and I was like, that's really nice.
I love Chicago.
I wanted to move there for grad school.
Oh yeah?
But I was just kind of like, I don't know how to drive, and like Chicago's like pretty, I would say, like not car friendly.
That is true.
But
I agree
was
with
like,
that.
But do I want to make my sister have to get all my stuff and move me to Chicago? And she might not go with me. She might be moving to Vermont. So it's like,
Whoa.
yeah, she's a Chinese studies major.
Wow.
So there's like programs in Vermont and like the New England area where like she could be immersed in Chinese culture without being in China yet.
That's amazing.
And she'd be able to like be translators for business people and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy cool.
Yeah.
Are you in grad school here?
No, I'm still in undergrad. I'm in my 5th year in undergrad.
There it goes again. What are you studying?
I'm a psychology, sociology double major with a women's gender and sexuality studies minor.
Wow.
So I'm very busy.
That'll keep you busy?
Yeah, since the 5th year. But
That's awesome.
yeah, it's really fun though. So.
Very cool. Well, what was your name?
Dominic.
Dominic. I'm Klint. Very nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Yeah, a pleasure. All right, I'm going to enjoy my cold brew.
Yeah.
I got to say goodbye to this guy.
Cool. Well, thanks for stopping. You guys should check out. It's only open today. The other location. It's open throughout the week.
I'm only interrupted to say goodbye to this guy. Nate, good to see you, brother.
Good to see you, man. These are his videos.
Isn't this place neat? Wow, let's do it. Oh my God, there it goes again. Oh, this is gonna be a crappy walk if it keeps doing this. Maybe I'll try turning it off completely and turning it back on. Hold on, bear with me, guys. All right, turned off. Reset, turned on. All right, let's see if that stabilizes the situation. And we've got cold brew coffee from Nate's. So we are charged up and ready to go. Very, very nice folks in there this morning. And could you believe it? Nate had some of my walks on the screen. That was fun. What a guy. I like his new space. Yeah, I really enjoy that new space. It's beautiful. What do you got? Oh, it's not the fix. This is unbelievable. I don't know what's going on. All right, I'm gonna try taking the mic out and see if it's the extra weight of the mic. It's not losing power, Ron. Hold on. Boom. All right, everybody, we're back to traditional audio. Can you let me know if you can hear me? Okay, just go right ahead. All right, you guys let me know if you can hear me. And we're gonna test out whether or not the gimbal couldn't handle the additional weight of the Pro Max iPhone and the mic adapter. Good, Ron says you can hear me. Okay, well, no more mic today. Okay, great. Okay, well, we'll see if it does its thing again. And I'm gonna try wiping off the lens because I'm getting a little bit of a glow. There, yep, okay. Well, the gimbal needed its coffee and I needed my coffee. We've all got our coffee. Let's do this thing. Let's walk. We're about 18 minutes in of what will, I would anticipate, be, around a 90-minute walk. I plan to have a nice long walk today. There's a little Starbucks. Yeah, Ron, I think it is a motor issue. I think we exceeded the gimbal weight limit when we added the mic module, which is crazy. So hopefully it's not too windy today. I was hoping to get a chance to use that mic, but wait, is what it is, right? We'll roll with the punches. Yeah, and we've had no more floppy gimbal since we switched out the mic. This is delicious, by the way. This is really good. Strong cola notes, which I enjoy in a cold brew. That is a good cup of coffee. All right, we're in business, ladies and gentlemen. CS says sound is on and off for you. Interesting. All right, my module is working, and is my clip turned? There we go. Turn this off. All right. All the microphone stuff is turned off. And let me check the detail. Okay, I turned my mic on and off. So I think that's about as good as we're gonna get today with the mic setup. And then I'm gonna have to do some research when I get home into whether I just exceeded the weight limit of the gimbal, which I think is what was happening, which would be a bummer, and it also wouldn't be DJI's fault. So I wouldn't be returning the gimbal. It would be my fault for not researching well enough and for insisting on having the world's fattest phone. Oh well. So hopefully this is a watchable audio. Listen toable audio? Watchable video with good enough audio? That's what we'll say it. Somebody went through the effort of planting some mums here. Good for them. Delicious. Please go ahead, please. Life's too short to insist on the right of way. And it's too early in the morning. And here comes that wind. That's what the microphone would have been good for. Crazy microphone. Yeah, you can see the wind flapping over here. With all the flags blowing. We've got a Canadian flag. And is that the Australian flag? Or is that New Zealand? I'm not sure. What's that? Yeah, man. What's up? Can I get in it? Mark says, can you clip the mic to your shirt? Yes, but the way this DJI microphone works is you clip the wireless mic to your shirt, and then here, I'll show you. So this is the module you clip to your shirt, okay? And it's got its kind of, it's called a dead cat. And then there's another module, this one, which is pretty beefy, clips onto the actual phone itself, and that's what kind of plugs that's what picks up the audio and puts it into the phone to match the video. So that's the issue, is that one that clips into the back of the phone was unbalancing and the motor couldn't handle it. So yeah, it's the mic module that unbalanced the phone. I'll try it with my older gimbal, which seems, I guess this is feedback for DJI, my older gimbal. Oh, hello everybody. Good morning. Good morning. The older gimbal is beefier, sturdier. It's less technologically advanced. All right, we got some new folks here. All right, let's see here. Fox is here. Hello, Fox. Good to see you. Yari's in the chat. Always a pleasure. Sydney, a Lexington native now in Seoul. Well, that's fantastic. It's always good to have Seoul in the chat. But all kidding aside, I hope you enjoy this walk down memory lane into Lexington, Kentucky. Wonderful to see everybody this morning. And I am feeling better. I was, you may hear it in my throat, but I was sick yesterday. Even had to take the day off work. I was not feeling good, but I took a COVID test. And according to said COVID test, it wasn't COVID, which is good news. So just a cold, just some seasonal junk. But not COVID, so that ain't bad. Yeah, I've got a lot of friends who have had flu and cold and just complications from allergies turning into sinus infections and that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah, I went and checked out one of Ron's premieres. I watch Ron's videos. Ron's got a channel out of the Philippines. And I was finally able to catch one of Ron's premieres, which just timing has been an issue. It was very cool to have you. It was very cool to be there, I should say. Very cool to get a chance to see one of your premieres and chat with you live and listen to some of your thoughts on, you know, your community and Fair City. Love that. I mean, YouTube just gives us such a window on the world. Leela takes natural wellness formula. Is that a vitamin? You take Source Naturals. Okay. I've been popping vitamin C pills like they're going out of style, but it didn't apparently do the job. And I'm a vegetarian, and so I take a multivitamin as well to avoid any nutrient deficiencies which may arise from my diet. So I take a multivitamin and I take a vitamin C pill, and still got whatever this was. I think I picked it up in Seattle, honestly, when I was out there. The first of many, Ron. The first of many. This is every herb and the kitchen sink. Okay. I don't know if mine have herbs.
Wait.
All right. I need you guys to vote. When we get up here to Thoroughbred Park, do you want me to walk back down to Triangle Park? Or do you want me to walk to the university? Your call. I'll do what the chat says. Do we want to walk to the university, or do we want to walk to Triangle Park? Triangle Park is downtown, Rupp Arena, the convention center. The university is, of course, the university. You guys can vote. Just put Triangle, just put downtown or university. How about that? Downtown or university? We'll see what wins out. Downtown or university. Excuse me. Mark says UK. Yari says downtown. 1-1. Let's keep those votes rolling in. Sydney says UK. All the way from Seoul. Not sure who's further away from me at this moment in time, Ron or Sydney. I think Ron is. Ron wants me to go to Brooklyn. Okay, that's 1 vote for Brooklyn, 2 votes for UK, and 1 vote for downtown. And I don't have to make up my mind until we get up here to Thoroughbred Park. And then I'll pick the most voted one. This is a great restaurant. Good brunch, too. Carson's. Very busy restaurant. Fancy. Fancy. Scoot. Ron, but Sydney's not in Sydney. Sydney's in Seoul. So it's confusing. But we must remember, Sydney is not in Sydney. Sydney's in Seoul, but from Kentucky. All right, time for our selfie this morning. There we go. There we are. Hey everybody. Hi. What do you think? A classic joke. A lovely fall day in the park. Lovely, lovely, lovely. CS, what is up? What a lovely day. Let's go kick some leaves. Sorry, whistling usually does not come through well on a mic. I've been listening to a new album from Nickel Creek, one of my favorite bluegrass bands of all time. That one fountain is an overachiever. Look at this thing. Spraying way up there, and it's splashing down here. Just that one. UBU fountain. All right, we'll kick some leaves. It's pretty. Y'all can make that your backgrounds. A little ASMR. Ron, we're gonna walk down to the university, so I think we'll hang a right up here and go find Woodland Park and then head down to the university. Should be fun. Ron, I'm sorry I won't be able to make it to Brooklyn today. Hey, Simon's here. What's up, Simon? Yeah, the falling leaves are pretty, aren't they, Adriana? I was just talking about the difference between the west and the southeast on the natural bridge walk yesterday, where we were looking at rock arches and what rock arches look like out here versus what they look like in the southwest. Simon, hope you're doing well. Oh, look at the tulip poplars here. No, those are ginkgos. Yeah, I love ginkgos. Let's go look at them. It's a neat grove surrounding the Lexington statue. I've never noticed that these trees were different. Cool. Oh, Sydney's coming back to UK. Okay, well, we'll definitely go check it out for you then. So you're studying abroad then? That's very cool. Sydney, what are you studying, if you don't mind sharing? And if you do mind sharing, just tell me to buzz off. Say, mind your business. I always think it's interesting what people choose to study and research and devote a big chunk of their lives to, and what they're fascinated by. I guess that's the best way to put it. What are you fascinated by? Psychology major. That's what my daughter wants to do. My daughter wants to be a psychology major. She is fascinated by how people's minds work. I think if I had it to do over again, I studied English literature, which I loved. And really I studied world literature. but they didn't have world literature as a major. So you had to get an English major and then develop your own concentration. I think if I had to do it over again, I would do anthropology or paleontology, but probably anthropology. And I still wouldn't do anything besides what I'm doing right now, though. I just would have spent some more time studying something else. Simon says somebody's got to pick up all these leaves. Fear not, Simon. The Parks and Rec Department has a vacuum. General Armageddon says he's fascinated by war. Well, you have chosen the right username, I think. So, welcome to the chat, General Armageddon. Hopefully it will be a peaceful chat, though. But welcome. I love that. Yeah, they come by with a big truck that has a vacuum on it, and they literally just vacuum all the leaves. It's kind of cool to see. Mark says they're coming out with a Lexington version of Monopoly. Oh, I've never seen that. I've seen a UK one before, but never a Lexington one, so that's kind of cool. That's neat to see. I'll have to be on the lookout for that. That'll be a good Christmas gift. Although Monopoly, are you guys ready for a hot take, a controversial take? Monopoly might be the most overrated board game.
Wait.
ASL, so Adriana would do ASL and veterinarian classes. Wow. I grew up on a farm, so I've had my fill of animal life lessons. Births and sickness and death and breeding and care and all the joys and happiness and all the sadness and the practical matters of owning animals. Yeah. Ron says, what career does studying the humanities lead to? Well, for me, it led to the coffee and food industry. So I think in the United States, getting a degree in the humanities usually is a precursor to a graduate degree where you get more specialized, like going to law school, or a career in teaching or writing. So there's the practical application of the arts. Hey, Ravish is here. Ravish, it is a joy to see you. And because you called out the colorful horses, we'll go look at a colorful horse. This is the Marvel Universe horse. Rest in peace. I'm looking forward to that new Black Panther movie. But yeah, it's a good conversation. Yeah, Simon, I should say the uni, right? We're going to the university. Oh my gosh, UK the university, UK the place, and Sydney is now at Korea University, KU, which is also Kansas, right? Kansas University. Okay, I'll say the university. I ran into that this summer when I went to the UK for that 2-week trip and drove all around Wales and Scotland and England. And when I told everybody I went to the UK, it didn't work here. So I had to break it down and say I went to England, even though I went to more than England. I could get used to this weather. Now, I'd like a blue sky, right? But it's 65 degrees. It is so comfortable out here. Crazy comfortable. And I'm still sipping on my cold brew. Ron says he wanted to pursue law, but you were just too lazy. I feel you, my dude. You know, I funny story. So after I got my undergraduate degree, I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. I had gotten my degree in 4 years, and I was trying to figure it out. And I was working at a coffee shop, so that was an option, right? Continue to work at the coffee shop. Or I could go get what they call an MAT, which was a master's in teaching, and begin teaching literature at the secondary school level. Or I could go to grad school and get a master's and then a PhD and head towards a career teaching literature at the collegiate level. And law school was also an option. So one day on a whim, I went and took the LSAT, which is the law school admissions test, the LSAT, and just to see how I would do. And man, I nailed it, killed it, got a really, really good score, something like the 98th percentile. So that was actually became a very real option for me for a while, and until one night, my fiance, soon-to-be wife, looked me in the eye and said, do you really want to be a lawyer? And I said, no, not really. Not really. And that was the end of that. She's always had a way of simplifying things for me. And we had some conversations about what I really enjoyed in life and what I really wanted to do with my life. And the answer was so shocking to me. So shocking. The answer was, I like running coffee shops. It was so surprising. And it also made me wonder, what had I been doing getting that 4-year degree in literature? And the answer to that obviously was, enriching my life and meeting a lot of very cool people and having a lot of very fun experiences. But yeah, I worked for the university running coffee shops at that point in my life. And so I enrolled in grad school as a just in case measure and got free classes, which was cool. Actually, let's turn around. We'll go this way. We'll go the long way. Why not? Why not? We got time. But yeah, and then one day in the middle of, I was in a grad school class. The class was on Shakespeare, I believe. And in the middle of class, I said, I don't need this backup measure. Coffee, I choose you. And stood up, left the class, and never went back to another class in my life. Yeah, Armageddon is completely right. The law degree is actually one of the most versatile degrees, and just from a pure investment standpoint, the ROI generated on the money spent on a law degree is realized much more quickly than other fields. So, totally right. The general is correct. It's an incredibly versatile degree. So, and at that point when I was thinking about the law degree, I was thinking about practicing or going into politics. And at the end of the day, opted out of both of those and opted into a much more peaceful existence, let's say. Enjoying life at the speed of a coffee shop. And it's turned into an excellent career. choice that I look back on with a lot of fond memories and zero regrets. Now this is the person you can feel bad for with the leaves. Look at the love there. They wrote in chalk, "Thanks, mailman," next to their mailbox. Yeah, Adriana, I agree. So my minor in school was philosophy. And a lot of my decision making in life has been impacted by the time I spent studying Eastern philosophy, especially. Zen and Taoism have been very, very formative for me. And if of all the books that I've read, all the literature that I've studied, probably the book that's had the most impact on me is the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. Pretty day. Sydney loves philosophy classes as well. Yeah, really enjoyed all my philosophy classes. The Eastern more than the Western. General, I don't know what your job is, but I think most people can probably identify with you. If everybody used some common sense, I think everybody's jobs would be a lot easier. And that definitely applies to my job in the coffee industry. Probably applies to people who monitor parking meters, janitors for sure, like everybody. If we all had some common sense and also some human decency, the whole world would be in better shape. Ron studied sociology and history. Oh, I love history. History is fascinating. Yeah, I've always enjoyed studying history as well. There's some blue sky peeking through. What's up, blue sky? If that can manifest across the whole sky, it'd be a gorgeous fall day, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would be gorgeous. Yeah, Adriana, we're almost at 20 on the day. I don't think we're gonna break our Las Vegas record today. Mark says, have you tried the new Rise Up Pizza restaurant at Gray Line Station? I have not, no. No, has that been there long? I went to Gray Line about 2.5 months ago was the last time I went to Gray Line. Ravisha says, Bit, what history do you like the most? Oh, this is gonna be such a juvenile answer. So when I was young, I grew up in Europe. My dad served, and we were deployed to Germany. And so I grew up in Europe. And unlike most of my American friends eventually that I met, I was not watching G.I. Joe and all the He-Man and that kind of stuff. I was reading Asterix and Obelix comic books and Tintin. So I grew up reading Asterix and Obelix, and for those of you who do not know, Asterix and Obelix is a French comic book, and it was about two Gauls, or native French folks, resisting the Roman invasion. And so I just became totally focused and in love with that time period. So the Roman Empire, the Roman conquest, and so the rise and fall of the Roman Empire, to steal a phrase. That's what I am most fascinated with. And that's why it was so cool to explore Britannia, or Great Britain, the United Kingdom, and see Roman ruins and go to Bath. Yeah. Go to Londinium in York, see the walls and see the bathhouses, and see, I didn't see Hadrian's Wall. That'll have to wait till next time. Yeah, Simon, shout out to Dogmatics. I don't have any tattoos, but I'm pretty sure if I got a tattoo, it would be Dogmatics or a manor. But yeah, my childhood heroes were Asterix, Obelix, and Captain Haddock. Adriana got into Egyptian history. Ravisha likes Asterix too. Cool. You never know if people have heard of the things that you were into when you were a child. So that's cool. You guys know about Asterix and Obelix. That's great. Oh, we've got High on Art and Coffee here. Looks like they've got to wait to get in for their pickup porch. Let's go walk through Woodland Park up here. This is where we go to the art festival once a year. Well, let's go check it out with the leaves falling. Yeah, good crew waiting on their coffee there. Doing some road work here. I've always wanted to drive one of these. I drove them at the playground when I was a kid, but never have gotten a chance to actually use a full-size one. That would be fun. All right, let's go check out the park. And then we'll walk down to the university from here. You can rent those at Home. I see what you did there. Home Depot, Home Despot. Jump. Yeah, you did it. Little rocky, but you did it. I couldn't do better. All right, this park is kind of centrally located in between the university and a very high rent zip code, 40502. So it's a cool place to walk, and you've got all kinds of stuff. You've got playgrounds, you've got tennis courts, basketball courts, all that, all of the above. Excuse me. Aha, Richard, that's so cool. Yeah, 24 people here. Welcome to all of you who are joining the chat. It's good to see you. Yeah, I cut my teeth on Asterix and Obelix for sure. I would sit and just read the books for hours and hours and hours. I probably know the plots of all of them, and my dad explained all the puns in the names. Like chief vital statistics. Ron, that's crazy. 20 years for real? I'm glad you found what you're into. That's what it's really all about. Here's the skate park. Always like skate parks. And a Messi jersey. Love your Messi jersey. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it'd be better if it was a Barca jersey, but. It's a messy PSG jersey. That's no bueno, but I will always love Messi. Ravisha says, is there a museum for the KFC owner? Well, KFC is a publicly traded company now, but I see what you're saying. The KFC founder, Colonel Sanders, was a real person, not a like Ronald McDonald is made up, right? Just a clown, just an advertising clown. Colonel Sanders, however, was a real person. His name was Harlan Sanders, and he was born and raised in, you can see that he's got a cool playground here. Born and raised in Corbin, Kentucky, which is about 90 minutes south of Lexington. And if you go to Corbin, you can see the original cafe. It's called the Colonel Sanders Cafe, no drive-through. It is the original place where he sold his famous recipe chicken with a blend of herbs and spices. And it is still there. And there also is a small museum. And then the headquarters is in Louisville. Uh-oh, buffering. No bueno. My phone says there's no buffering. Is everybody experiencing buffering? We'll walk out of the park here. We'll get out from under these trees. Sometimes it's the trees. Oh, okay. It was just Adriana. Well, I hate that for Adriana, but I'm glad there's no buffering. Yeah, I've got this monitor now on the thing that says how many kilobytes per second are streaming, and it was all lit up green. So, good. Yeah, some of us are buffering. I feel like I'm buffering sometimes. Yeah, there are many times where I personally am buffering. Have I heard of Claudia Sanders in Shelbyville? No, Richard, tell me. Tell us. I have not heard of Claudia Sanders in Shelbyville. I know of Shelbyville. What is this tree? Look at this one. This is really interesting. Really broad leaves. Huh. And a really smooth trunk. It looks like a magnolia tree, but it's not a magnolia. Look at that. And then the one right here is the same kind of tree, but it has a much less smooth trunk. Interesting. I don't know what that tree is. Yeah, I don't know. And it's deciduous. Broadleaf trees like that are usually evergreen. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what that tree is. I'll have to look that up later. My wife just sent me a text message that said that, oh, one of my teams is playing at 11. Wolverhampton is playing Brighton at 11. Go Wolves. Go Wolves. Simon says, isn't that the highly poisonous tree? I'll let you know if I get a rash on my hand from touching that leaf. That's hilarious. We got 31 viewers now on a beautiful fall day in Lexington, Kentucky. Welcome, everybody. Okay. Richard says that's a restaurant connected in Shelbyville to Colonel Sanders, and it has a lot of KFC memorabilia. Okay. Yeah, and there was a guy who worked with Harlan Sanders, and his name was something Lee, And if you've ever heard of Lee's Famous Recipe, that's another chicken restaurant. He started that. He branched out. Yeah, he branched out and started his own chicken restaurant. It has not been as successful. All right. So we'll walk down here to the Kroger, and then we'll hang a right down Euclid Avenue, formerly Euclid, now called Avenue of Champions. I'll try and find that tree later. Ravisha says, hope to see his life story in him. Yeah, you know, I think that would be really interesting. I mean, it's certainly an American success story. And he's on the, what I would say is the Kentucky Mount Rushmore of famous Kentuckians. You know, if I mention Kentucky anywhere in the world, I usually only hear two things back. The first one I hear back is Kentucky Fried Chicken. And the second thing I hear back is the Kentucky Derby. So, yeah. Very rarely do we get beyond that. There's a lot more to Kentucky. Sometimes people talk about bourbon, to be fair, depending on the audience. But usually people want to talk about KFC and the Kentucky Derby, sometimes bourbon. Every once in a while, somebody talks about Muhammad Ali. Every once in a while, but not a lot of people know that Muhammad Ali is a Kentuckian. Yeah, Sydney gets KFC too. Yeah, that's the most common one. Especially in Asia, because KFC has done incredibly well in Asia. Like, incredibly well. One of the first US fast food restaurants. Mark says Harlan Sanders was born in Henryville. That may be true, but started his restaurant in Corbin. Did I say born in Corbin? My apologies for the mistake. This is a cool Kroger. So Kroger, if you don't know, is the number one grocery store in this part of the country. Not in the entire US, but in this part of the country, Kroger dominates. And you can see in this one, you can park up on the roof, which is kind of unique. You can see the cars up there. So you drive up there's a ramp on the other side of the building, and you drive up and you park on the roof, which is kind of fun. And they've got a little Starbucks here with a walk-up window, also kind of fun. All right, now we're walking down this street straight to the university. And we're over an hour on the walk today, so having a lot of fun. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself as well. It's a little donut place I've never been to. Parlor Donuts. Never been to that place. I smell their donuts though, that smells good. It smells like fresh fried donuts for sure. That's cool. I should get some breakfast. My favorite breakfast place in all of Lexington is actually right up here on the right. Great Bagel. Morning.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Brekkie. Man, now I'm hungry because I started thinking about breakfast, but I think I'll wait. You guys don't want to watch me sit and eat a bagel. Usually I lose viewers pretty rapidly when I sit down. And if I was Action Kid or Tokyo Explorer and I had 600 people watching, that wouldn't be a problem. But I ain't and I don't. Simon says there might be a chance Messi will move to Inter Miami. Yeah, ultimately, I think that's where he'll end up. I think he'll do what David Beckham did and take the money. Why wouldn't you? What more does that guy have to prove? He is absolutely clearly in my humble opinion, the greatest of all time. Although I'm starting to get greatest of all time vibes from Holland up in Manchester City. That dude is special. Ron says, so is Lexington a big city that feels like a small town, or the vice versa? Is it a small town that's kind of a big city? I've always wondered that. You know, population-wise, Lexington qualifies as a large city. It's definitely got small town vibes. It definitely, what was the name of the bagel shop? CS? It is up here, I'll show it to you. It's called Great Bagel, and there's 2 of them in Lexington. So there's one out on Boston Road in South Lexington, and then there's this one right here by the university. Great Bagel, and you will not be disappointed. I always get a salt bagel with a bunch of veggies on it. But their egg and cheese bagel sandwich is delicious. The bacon, egg, and cheese my wife gets, she says it's awesome. If you need to take a break, we don't want you to be hangry. Now, I won't be hangry. 30 viewers watching. I love it. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you. We're walking down near the university. The university is that way and also that way as well, past this kind of university housing. Now, I think I can survive. I don't think I need to take a break. The coffee was great. I probably do need to, at some point, get some water. I could head into Speedway here. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Walk into Speedway, and this is a gas station. Just gonna get a nice, refreshing beverage. That'll keep me going. Let's do that. You guys can see what a pretty ratty old American gas station looks like. For those of you outside of the country, for those of you inside of the country, this is a crappy old gas station. Let's go get a drink. Something hydrating. I'm really technically not supposed to film in these places without permission, so I'm gonna point the camera away from people. Excuse me. Hey, how's it going? Good, thanks. Thanks. Shit, malfunction. Let me try that again. Thank you. Appreciate it. You too. All right. Let me set the gimbal down for a second. zip my pockets back up, get ready for a little bit more walking. All right, sorry about that, everybody. All right, well, we lost a few viewers, but not too bad. Let's walk to the university now. That will hydrate me for sure. Oh, Armageddon, you're in Russia. Okay, so you have Coca-Cola products in Russia. Yari said we lost 7 viewers. I don't blame them. Yeah, you come here for the walks, and so anything that's not the walks, it's easy to lose attention. You want to hear something crazy? So if you go way back in time and you look at some of my very first videos on the channel, I had an intro, and it was like my logo, and it played some music, and it said like dun 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 or something like that, and the logo spun in, and then it said, you know, welcome to the channel, or whatever. It was 5 seconds long. 5 seconds long. And every time that logo played, I lost 50% of the audience. Can you believe that? So if I didn't jump straight into the video and that logo played for 5 seconds, 50% of people were like, nope. Here's the Great Bagel, by the way. Right there on the corner. Absolutely delicious place. Love it. Totally the best bagels in town. Not even close. Not even close. But yeah, people, the attention span of viewers, not counting all of you guys who have been here throughout for an hour, but people are busy. People are busy, and they have literally millions of choices. And so you do your best to be yourself and be authentic, and if people choose to watch, they choose to watch. I've read a lot about, you know, how to gain audience and everything on YouTube, and I think it really comes down to one thing. Be yourself and respect your viewers. Respect their intelligence, respect their time, respect that they have choices, and show up, be entertaining, be yourself. And that's what I've stuck with. It's not about the doodads, it's not about the bells and whistles, it's make videos that you would want to watch, and if you wouldn't want to watch it, don't believe for a second that anybody else would want to watch it either. Yeah, Ron, isn't that crazy? Yeah, I have put up 3-hour videos before where the average watch time was 5 minutes. And that's just the way that it is. And you can get hung up on that, you can be depressed about that, or you can just say, people have choices. People have busy lives, and be thankful for any time at all they spend with something that you create. That's where I've landed. I'm just so thankful to have you guys. Mark says, no, I don't know if I've told that story. Mark says, how did you end up going to UK? Okay, I'll tell that story for sure. So when I was a young lad, I went to high school, secondary school, in a place called Cecilia, Kentucky, which is a really small town. One of those kind of one stoplight towns. And worked my butt off and was a good student. Lived on a farm, like I said. So worked my butt off not only at school, but, you know, at home as well. Taking care of animals, building fences, all that. So ended up looking at a lot of schools. I looked at Georgetown in Washington, D.C. And we didn't have a lot of money growing up, and never did. Never had a lot of money growing up. Family of 5. Not poverty level, but at times we flirted with it. But we didn't have tons of money. And so, you know, I worked really hard to make sure that I was going to have choices from a scholarship perspective. My parents worked really hard to make sure that we had everything we needed, and I never really felt like we wanted for anything, but also didn't think that I was going to, you know, be chunking down, you know, $100,000 a year to go to Harvard. And I was smart enough, even as a young kid, to understand the detrimental impact to my life that student loans would have. So, studied my butt off. And one thing, I told you about the LSAT earlier. One thing I've been really good at in my life is taking tests. And I view that as a skill, right? Not only do you have to have a good baseline of knowledge and smarts, but you also have to, you know, be good at reducing possibilities, ruling out answers, and taking tests. So I'm good at taking tests, like really good at it. Not trying to brag, but I'm actually really good at it. So I took the ACT, got a 35 or a 34, and then I took the PSAT and got a 1560, which is almost a perfect score. And then I took the SAT and got a 1550, which is almost a perfect score. But those tests were a big part of, when I went to school, what determined who got scholarship money and who didn't. And so I was what they call in the United States a national merit finalist. And so, you know, frankly, schools just started lining up to throw money at me. And honestly, I don't think it should be that way, because there were a lot better students than me, with better GPAs, who poured more time, I think, into studying. But honestly, I knew how to play the game. You become great at test taking, and then people would pour money, you know, into your pockets. So once my scores came in, it became pretty clear, you know, what my options were. I narrowed it down. The public schools were going to give me the most money. Hey, Audi. Hey, Tom. Good to see you guys. Mark asked me to tell the story of how I ended up at UK. So the public schools, to wrap up the story, lined up and threw full tuition, full room and board, and extras. And so I narrowed it down to the University of Alabama and the University of Kentucky, and both of them were going to be full rides. Alabama offered me a laptop computer in addition, and the University of Kentucky offered me a check in addition, so a stipend. And so I ended up taking the University of Kentucky offer. I took the stipend. They paid me to go to school, basically, for 4 years. So I walked out with zero debt, a college degree, and money in my pockets. So that's the story. Cheers. That's the story of how I ended up right over here at the University of Kentucky, going to school on their bill. Mark, my parents, so how we ended up in Kentucky is another story entirely. I mentioned, and I've mentioned a few times, my dad served in the U.S. military. And so his last gig with the military, let's say, was right after he got out of the Army. He stayed as a civilian working with the military, and his role was working with the GI Bill, and he worked at Fort Knox. And so we ended up in Kentucky because my dad had a job at Fort Knox. Adriana says, what a blessing. Amen. Amen. That set me out on the right path, I think, in life, was the degree that was given to me by the university. Well, I had to hustle for the degree. But even within that degree, there's a whole nother story there of figuring out how the system works, figuring out, you know, how to be successful within a system. Strategic thinking that's kind of what I do. that's why YouTube is so fun to me too, is I've used YouTube to turn my hobbies and my passions into another income stream and kind of do the things I want to do and figure out how to get the universe to pay me to do it. So, yeah. Any free Simon says, any free samples? No, I never saw a bar of gold. Never saw any gold. Later, Ron. See you soon, man. Thanks for joining. Always a pleasure. Colleges are always so pretty in the fall. So we're just walking down into UK here, just the main campus. So most of the classroom buildings for undergraduate studies are over here. This is Memorial Coliseum. This is where the basketball team used to play and won many championships back in the day, the Adolph Rupp teams, old school. Now volleyball is played here, and Midnight Madness or Big Blue Madness is played here, and the women's team sometimes plays here and sometimes plays at Rupp. Oh, we're coming up on 90 minutes. This has been a good stream. I've really enjoyed it. This building right up here, some of you may know, is the University of Kentucky Student Center, the Student Union. Howdy, hope you're doing really well. Thanks for joining. Sunshine. Sunshine's here and sunshine's here. Ooh, Ravisha says, which sport is most popular in the USA? Oh, I think you get a lot of different answers to that question, depending on where you live. The real answer for just facts and science-based is football. Not football like you're thinking, not soccer, but American football. It is king. And it's not really even close. Just in terms of viewership and money spent on it and attendance figures, it's definitely football. And then basketball, I would say, is now number 2, and then baseball is number 3, and then number 4 is a hot mess of a toss-up between soccer, football, and hockey and boxing or MMA. But American football is the clear dominant winner and has been for probably 20 years. Baseball's been in steady decline and in viewership and revenue and attendance. Simon says more people watch college football than the NFL. More people attend college football because there's more colleges and there's only 30 NFL teams. 32? 32. But the viewership numbers on TV are different. If you're looking just at highest ratings on American television, it's NFL every year. Like the top 10 most watched events on American TV are just filled with NFL games. Topped by the Super Bowl, of course.
Wait.
And there's the Student Union. All right, tractor guy, get it in gear. You can do it. You can do it. Yes. Get it in gear, my man. Yeah, Ravisha, we've got rugby. It's just never really caught on outside of like local clubs. I can't even say that I've seen cricket played in the US a single time in my entire life. I have not seen a cricket match. I have not seen a cricket stadium or field at all. Not a single time. beautiful university. So my very first coffee shop that I ever managed was right there, but this building wasn't here. It was the old university and the old student center, and I managed a coffee shop right there. Somebody unloading their dorm. Oh, well, that's not good, General. That's not good at all. And there's a mom picking up her daughter. How fun. Reunited. Check out this building right up here. Those of you who are in or around Lexington, straight ahead, you'll see a burrito shop. Girls, girls, girls burritos. It is so good. It is like a dive in there, and it is so good. Great burritos. Tom said he has seen, and I think this is just where I live, right? There are not many large Indian or Bangladeshi communities, certainly representation, but not large communities in the Southeast that I'm aware of. Not like there are in some places in the Northeast. Yeah, Sydney, you got to hit up this burrito place right here. It used to be a place called, oh God, my mind is gone. The Tally Ho. Is the Tally Ho right there? Yeah, that was the Tally Ho. And it used to be a crappy burger place that everybody loved. That Tally Ho moved about 2 blocks that way. We'll sit down for a second. We'll reminisce about this corner of Lexington. Howdy, why fireworks? Yeah, so Kennedy Bookstore was right there. Where that parking garage is. It was a blue and white building on the corner there. It's gone now. And yes, it was there when I was in school. And Tally Ho was right here. This used to be Court Sports Shoes, and then it became Pazos, which was my bar of choice. See where those green chairs are on the patio there? That's where I used to get off work and head over and for pint night and get some beers and pizza. Oh, Paula. I hope I'm saying your name right. Paula says you can see cricket being played in Louisville. Where at in Louisville? I would love to go see a cricket match. I've never seen a cricket match live in my entire life. I would love to see that. Where, Paula? Drop it in the chat so maybe I can go see a cricket match. That would be really fun. Is it at one of the parks? Oh, I can't wait to hear. That's so cool. Okay, I've rested my feet. Let's cross here. Oh yeah, the Breeders' Cup is this weekend in Lexington. Audi says, oh, Guy Fawkes night. Okay, everybody gonna wear their anonymous masks? Oh, Ravisha says, did I see cricket grounds in England? Oh yes, certainly. In England, absolutely. And I even saw croquet grounds and cricket grounds and everything in England. For sure, for sure. All right, I want to make sure I don't miss the answer to when Paula puts it in. I really want to know where I can go see a cricket match. Sunshine says, does Kentucky have large malls? Yes. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Nothing like Mall of America large, but yeah. There's an old school independent bookstore up there, a media store, Special Media. Been here since the 70s. It's totally cool. Middletown Parks. Thanks, Paula. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I'm gonna look it up. Thank you so much, Paula. Audi, I don't think I have weather set up yet on Nightbot. You can do exclamation point wander. That's a fun one. I'm gonna try and set up some inside jokes in the near future on Nightbot too. There's a little city-sized Target store here by the university. Thanks, Adriana. Oh, it looks like we've got a food truck up here. Piggin' Out food truck. And catering and events. Neat. Smells like bacon. I smell bacon. Which even after 25 years as a vegetarian, still smells delicious. Here's a cool taco place too, right here. It's called The Local Taco. Monica's in the chat. What's up, Monica? Good to see you. Hey, Claudia. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This place is Joe Bologna's. It's a pizza place. Delicious breadsticks. Breadsticks maybe like 18 inches long. They're huge. And they are yummy. 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 All right, we're almost back where I started the walk. So it has been an hour and 35 minutes. So I think that's been a good walk. I really, really hope everybody has enjoyed the walk this morning. I'm going to try and do one tomorrow too. I had a really soft week last week in terms of number of streams, but that was all because I had to throw some extra energy into the second channel to get it over the 1,000 subscriber mark and get it monetized and set up. So we got it now. Oh, 2 seconds, 1 second, 0 seconds. Oh, they're playing a little gorillas right here. Yeah, I had a cold too, for sure. And there's the beast right there. Time to hop in the beast. All right, you guys, let me flip this around. Boom. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the walk today. It's really awesome hanging out with you, and goodness, if you're just getting here, you can just stream back and watch the whole walk. It was a good one. And I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.